Hey everyone, welcome back to No Man's Sky. This is Beeblebum, and today we're going to be talking about how to build yourself a fully scaled airlock door. For that, we're going to use a few different techniques, so I'm going to try to make sure that I can explain most of the techniques. If some of them are still not clear enough, if you need more information, then you can always check out the videos in my playlist covering all the building techniques. I will share the link to the playlist in the description below. You can check it out there. Alright, so what we want to do, we want to connect a doorway right here on that floor. We want to make sure that it's nice and level so we can walk through it, that there's no bumps or whatever. So let's begin with that. Let me show you how we can make sure that everything is nice and level. So let us start with deleting this short wall here, duplicate this floor, place it here. And then now what we want to do, we're going to do an adjacency glitch. Now the adjacency glitch, as I explained in previous tutorials, is when you jump from one part to the other part while building it. So we're going to build this floor, but instead of building that floor, we're going to be building the small floor here. So let's take the large timber floor, and we're just going to be pressing two buttons to switch from the large floor to the small floor while building it. And that is done by pressing the button for cycle part and the button for building, like that. So now I have cycled and built the small floor instead of the large floor. Now we're going to go back to our build menu, and we're going to select ourselves the light floor. We're going to snap the light floor right here in the position here. We're going to rotate it one direction to the right, place it. We want to have the marker on this side, and that way you're going to have the connector here. It's going to be facing towards us, toward the bottom of the screen. Now on top of the floor, we're going to go to our wall. We're going to place that short wall on the large floor. Now, what we want to do, we're going to do a reverse wire glitch. Now, a reverse wire glitch is when you switch the building part you have to a wire, but in the meantime, you build it. This is going to create a connection points instead of that building part. So I'm just going to press now the buttons for toggle wire and build. And that is going to create a wire connector. As you can see, there is a wire connected on the position where the short wall used to be. And now we're going to pull the other end of the wire to the connector of the light floor, right there. Now this is going to create a wire from there to there, and that is going to allow us to do a wire glitch that is going to be angled upwards. All right, so I'm going to take this short wall here. We're going to toggle from the short wall to the wire, and we're going to connect that wire to the top side of that wire right there. Don't delete the light floor, by the way, because if you do, it will delete the wire. So we're just going to select that connector on the top. We snap it on top of it, and now we're going to do a wire glitch. So the wire glitch is the same as you would do a reverse wire glitch. It's the same button presses, toggle wire and build, and that is going to build a short wall on that connector. Now perfectly lined up with the edge of the floor. That means now we can delete this and this. You can see we have this short wall here. And now if I would take a floor, you will see that this floor is now going to snap, and we have a wall that is now perfectly lined up, or a floor perfectly lined up at the corner. So I'm going to drop you down like that. We're going to remove this one right here, and now we have a floor. We can also delete the short wall, but I don't think I can reach it. No. So I probably will have to delete this one for a second. Delete the short wall. There we go. Now I'm going to bring this back just so I can know where we are. Now on top of this floor here, we're going to go to our small triangle. I'm going to snap one here, not here, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the angle we want to have. Because of that, we're going to make a shorter connection, because if you look at the difference now, you will see that we are dropping the floor down slightly. So now on that edge, we're going to go to the wall. We're going to take a alloy wall. We can also take one of these, but let's take the wall. We're going to snap it on that triangle like that, and we're going to adjacency glitch from the large wall to the short wall like that. So we're replacing the large wall to the short wall. And now we can delete these triangles. And now on the bottom of that floor, we can now snap a small alloy panel like that. Now, because we want to already prepare, let's just snap a wooden timber floor there on the bottom. It might be, there we go. All right, now I can delete this one. We can delete that one. And if we snap another floor on the bottom there, it should normally merge a little bit below, right there. Now the next thing we want to do, we're going to take a metal floor here. We're going to snap that small alloy panel on the bottom like that. And we're going to snap two more wooden ones like this. Now the reason I'm changing that is just so I have a good marker point and I remember where to glitch in the future. Now on top of this floor, we're going to go to our triangles, and we're going to make a hexagon with the triangles. It doesn't matter where they are rotated, we just need a hexagon. And now we're going to snap 2 floors on it, on each of the sides. Let's delete this floor. Let's duplicate this one here. And make sure that the line of the wall, the line of the floor is lined up with the angle of this piece. So let's continue doing that on each of the sides, making sure that the rotations are right. And now we do the same with the wood. And of course, we need to make sure that the wood is also lining up with this build part. So now this is the foundation for our airlock. Now the next thing I'm going to do, we're going to prepare a wooden floor here because we want to do some scaling. So what we want to do, we want to scale up a wire first. Let's do that. So let's take something that is scalable. Doesn't matter, anything that is scalable you can use as a position to start from. So let's take the table lamp. We're going to toggle from the table lamp to the wire. So toggle wire. Place the wire on the floor, stretch it out, and then toggle from the wire back to your table lamp. And now scale up your table lamp. Once you have fully maxed or the size you want, now take into account that if you are going to make a smaller scale, then the doors are going to need a different distance. So that's something you will have to figure out. But let's go for the fully scaled lamp. And now we're going to wire glitch from that one to the wire. Like that. Now you can see that we have a scaled up wire. If I compare it with the original one, this is the original size. So we have scaled up this wire like that. Now, next we're going to go to our byte beat cable. And you can see I cannot place it, so we're going to have to do toggle free placement. So just press the button for toggle free placement, place it on the floor, stretch it out, place it here. You cannot see it, but that's okay. Just place it and it's going to appear. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to duplicate this byte beat cable. We're going to store this byte beat cable in our cache because the next glitch we're going to be doing is a universal adjacency. So store the byte beat cable in your cache by pressing the 2 buttons for toggle wiring and toggle edit build. Like that. And now we're going to duplicate the wire. We're going to place the wire on the floor. We're going to stretch the wire out. And now we're going to do a simple wire glitch, which is going to replace that wire with a scaled up byte beat cable. Like that. So now we have a scaled up byte beat cable. Now the reason we are doing this is because the byte beat cable is going to allow us to have much more precise view of what we're doing, while the wire is always in the way because the connector is always kind of blocking the view where your cursor actually is at. All right, now this is set up, we can delete this byte beat cable. There we go. And we're going to go to our garage door. Let's take the stone one here. I'm going to place that one here because I want to use this as the starting point. Now let's duplicate this garage door and let's store it into our cache. Now, in case you didn't notice this yet, when you're doing a universal adjacency glitch and you're storing an item in your cache, you can see if you did that successfully or not. After you're doing the caching, you have to check your navigation bar. If you see colors in there, in that list of the navigation bar, then you did not do it successfully and you have to do it again. So make sure that you press the right buttons. You have to have place wire and move as the menu selections there. All right. So now we can duplicate this byte beat cable. And we're going to go to the top here. We're going to place the cursor on the edge of the floor here. Right in the center, you see this line here. We're just going to put it right here. You can place it here, it's okay. But just, I'm going to place it in the corner so I have a good position. Now, you can see I cannot place it. It says cannot build. So I'm going to do free placement. We're going to place the wire. And as you can see, it doesn't show. It's not visible. That's okay. We're just going to go down. We're going to move the cursor down here. Find the center again of this floor. We're just going to take it somewhere here on the black line so that it's equal to the other ones we're going to do in the future. And now we do a wire glitch. Now we're going to be using the byte beat cable, the scaled up byte beat cable, to wire glitch a garage door, which is automatically going to scale up as well. So now we have a fully scaled garage door on the position where we want it to be. And now we need to do this on all the other sides as well. Now, it might happen that this is not going to give you enough light where you actually are. You can put some lights if you want to. You can take some pill lights, you can take some lanterns. If you do this and you just pre-place them, you can see they do light up the area. You can just put a light here. You can put a light here. It does show you the markers. You don't need to glitch these. So now I'm going to do the remaining doors. I'm just going to select the garage door again, store it into my cache, duplicate the byte beat cable. Let's go to next point here. We're going to bring the cursor to the center of the floor here on the line, toggle free placement, place, move to right here, find the center point on the black line there, and Y glitch. That's going to scale up a second door, which is now going to merge nicely into here, and now we do the rest. So I'm going to speed this up. Alright, here we are. This is the fully scaled up 6-sided airlock door. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to power this up. So let's go to the door. Let's take the timbered power door. And you will see we'll be able to snap this power door. It's going to snap on top of the scaled up one. Now, before we do that, let's just save. Saving regularly is very important, especially if you want to keep some setups you have done and you were happy with them and you want to revert to them once you've done some testing. Or if you make a mistake, it's handy to just be able to return to that. So we're going to snap a garage door on each side of them. Let's delete these triangles here. So now on the outside of each of these, we're going to wire glitch a garage door on the outside connector. So wire glitch one on here is 1, and we wire glitch another one on this one, like that. So wire glitch, 3 times. Well, not 3 times, 2 times wire glitch. And we do this on each side. So 1, 2. So now on the outside of these, go to our wall. Let's take a full wall. And we're going to wire glitch a full wall on each of the outside connectors. So the outside connectors of the garage doors. Alright, now that is done, we can delete all the garage doors in between, except of course the ones we scaled up. Now each of these will now be, if I bring them down, you will notice that this is now perfectly lining up with the connector right here. So you can see the bottom of this floor is perfectly lining up. And if we now do a reverse wire glitch like this wire is now on the perfect position to power up this garage door. So we could either pull a wire to the side and then pull them to here, but that's not something we can do yet. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull a wire to the outside of this wall, like that. Now we do the same on this side as well. So now each of these have a connector. We can now simply pull a wire from each of the sides. So we can just take a wire from here, pull it to this corner here, then pull that wire to here, and we can just work our way around. So now each of these are connected. Now we can delete the wires here. Right, you can see that the wires are staying right there now. And now we can put, let's take the proxy switch, let's place it right here so that when we walk into it, it's gonna activate. As you can see, we're gonna be walking to it, it's gonna activate the garage door. So now we need to power this, of course. So I'm gonna put a solar panel and a battery. And I think we might actually have to put a second solar panel like that. Let's connect them all together. So in the meantime, this is charging up. Then we pull a wire from the battery to the one side of the switch. And then from the other side of the switch, we pull a wire to the garage door, like that. Let's just nicely close this off. Let's go back to our metal floor. There we go. Now we can delete everything if I want to, but let's leave it for the moment because I want to show you what you can do with that. Anyway, let's walk to the door. You can now see that this should normally power up your door and open up the whole door, and you can walk through it. Now you could, if you want to close everything off, you can just bring your floor back here. You can bring it to the line like that. Now you can snap some parts to it. It's going to allow you to kind of close off this area like a short floor like that. You can now see this is lining up. So you could bring up a wall here and a wall here. Let's take a stone one instead. Now I could do a half jump. That might actually be a better choice. So if I would go for here and I do an adjacency glitch like that, let's do the same here, an adjacency glitch, and then I take the full wall. I think that might actually be more lining up. Look at that. So now we have a very nice connection. We can do the same on the other side like that. And as you can see, you can start getting a very nice face on here. Everything can be closed down, and you can hide your door mechanics inside like that. So this is an example of how you can close it off. You can connect triangles on that if I just snap a floor on that, but this is of course now all extra. Let's do that, and let's do that. You can see now that you can close off your area if you want to. Alright, and this is how you build yourself a massive airlock. If you need more help with certain techniques on how they work, I have made several guides that go more into detail for each of them, so check out the playlist and the description. If you want to keep in the loop of new techniques and structures, then go ahead and subscribe, and if you liked this guide, don't forget to press that thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. This was Beeblebum. Goodbye for now.